If you are on a budget to redo your boat and you want new floors, this is definitely the way to go. Stick around, this is going to get interesting.
Let's change our story, let's change our life. We'll do it our way, our own design.
In November of 2020, we took a huge leap, a gigantic step towards freedom and adventure. With almost no experience, we bought a blue water cruising catamaran, and almost immediately we set off on a passage from Annapolis to the Carolinas.
Guys, we are in the Atlantic.
This trip has definitely been the adventure of a lifetime.
He's right here!
Our decision to buy a sailboat was not impulsive. We've been planning this for 4 years. And now that we've arrived to our new port of call, the refit is well underway, including a DIY lithium iron phosphate battery build, brand new custom cabinetry, and water filtration.
So we're making great progress. This is the port side aft cabin. This cabinet is almost completed. I've got the drawers in, all with the exception of this one. I need to make some adjustments to it. This side is coming together. It still needs stained and finished. I have some electrical work I need to do inside of that cabinet, and I need to run duct for air conditioning. So that's what the holdup is right now. Down here, this is one of the bigger issues that we're dealing with on our boat. This floor. This is the, I guess, the cabin sole. Do you call it a cabin sole when it's a catamaran? I think it's a cabin sole. There was carpet. It was like a Berber that was kind of cut to fit, and we really didn't want that. So basically we're going to redo it with a very classic teak and holly sort of look. I'm going to make a faux teak and holly. So this ought to be a real fun video. I've already done it. I know how this procedure works. I'm going to share it with you. If you are on a budget to redo your boat and you want new floors, this is definitely the way to go. Stick around. This is going to get interesting. I'm going to replace this with something that looks so much better. But to make life a little bit easier, I'm going to take this back to our campground, and I think I want to work on it there. Okay guys, I'm back at the RV. I had to wait until the sun was almost going down. It was like 100 degrees out today, and it was just too hot. So it's cooling off now, so I'm going to try to make some quick work of this step. I've got a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. The other boards that I did on the boat, I used 1/2 inch, trying to keep the weight down, and it flexes. So I'm probably going to have to redo those. So from this point on, I'm going to use 3/4 inch. This is a birch laminate plywood. See, this side here is the birch side. So I've got that side facing down. And then this here is my original piece of the cabin sole, the floor. So I'm going to lay that on top and trace it out. Easy peasy. Okay guys, this is the secret ingredient, the frog tape. It's more expensive than typical masking tape, but it has a very special coating on the edges so that paint and stain will retain their very crisp lines, and it makes all of the difference. It's worth the extra money. So watch me put this down. I would try to make it so that your grain is going the same direction as the tape. For me, that's not going to work out, but it won't be that big of a deal. Basically, you just get this stretched on here like this, and then you try to make it straight. And then you need to make these gaps about 1/4 of an inch, because it's typically what they are. And I have gotten pretty good at it so far, so I'm just kind of winging it. But if you want to measure it and tape it out, mark it out, you can. 1/4 inch. And we work our way down the road. Okay, now that my tape is on, I'm just making sure that all of my seams are smoothed down real tight. So frog tape, the most important step. Take your time, get your stripes right, and then we'll move on to the step 2. Minwax gel stain, and we have gone with black. All right, black gel stain. And if all goes to plan, it will only go where the stripes are. All right, guys, it's getting a little bit too dark to carry on, but I've got it all stained. I'm gonna let this set to dry. I'm gonna put it somewhere safe because with my luck, it'll rain tonight, so we don't want that. So I'll put it up somewhere safe, and I'm gonna leave the tape on for now because I might need to touch up tomorrow. Hope not, I need it really to dry. All right, here we are about 24 hours later, a little less than 24 hours. This is what we look like. So let's go ahead and peel some of these off. So this is what we look like now with the tape pulled off. There's a few areas that still feel a little bit tacky, but honestly I'm pressed for time. So I think if you were to do this, just make sure that it's good and dry, but I'm gonna go ahead and very gently put on the stain. When you put the stain on, if you are too aggressive, you can smear that, but if you let it set and dry long enough, then it shouldn't do that. It's been pretty humid, so the dry time's been prolonged for me. For me, I am using the Gunstock, again by Minwax. This is just a color that I like, but you can really go with whatever color you want. But I am gonna go easy as I'm getting close to those lines. All right, guys, here we are again, another 24 hours later. I've already got a mark here for my cutout for my floor hatch. It's not so hard to do. I got it measured out where the size that I wanted, which is 24 by 21. It just what looks good to me. And then I used a paint can for the radiuses on here. So to start out with this plunge cut, I'm going to use my multi-tool, and right now this has a jig head on it. This is made by Rigid. This is a fantastic tool for small space. We picked it up when we were living in the RV, and it's going to work great for the boat because the head just pops right off and you could pop on a new one. So we're going to use the oscillating tool for this. We're going to make a plunge cut. This works out so well. I love that I can carry a few of these exchangeable heads rather than like a dozen different tools. So I'm really excited to have this. I've got links to all of the different products I use in my video description to our Amazon page. Okay, so to start this cut, I really don't want to drill a hole, which would be the easy way to get your jigsaw blade down in there. So I'm going to use my oscillating tool, and I'm going to do a plunge cut. Now this is a little bit tricky business here, but we're going to try to get all the way through, and then we should be able to feed our blade through here for the jigsaw. And then just like this, we should be able to feed our blade down through here, which we can. It's beautiful. And then we can start making our cut. So I've chosen to stick with Minwax because that's been my brand all the way through, and I've used it a long time and I really like it. This is super fast drying polyurethane floors. It's a semi-gloss. The floor is going to be the durability that you need. I didn't want to use the Helmsman because it specifically said on the label not to be used on floors. So we're going to use Minwax floors. Okay, one coat of finish on. Now, of course, I am going to coat all of the edges and the underside, but I'm going to do that at some further step because I need to install a cleat on the bottom, and I need good fat glue surface, and I don't want to have finish on it. So anyway, the cleat is going to allow this insert to sit on, and I need that to be strong enough for us to walk on as well. Now, there is a stringer across the cabin sole that's going to support everything, so that'll help. But the cleats are really important. So right now this is just the first finish coat on top.
Guys, just look at the finished product. This looks amazing. And remember how I said in the beginning of the video, if you're doing a boat refit on a budget, this is definitely the way to go. And look at these hatch poles we picked up. This way we get easy access to the bilge area below. I have links to everything I used on our Amazon page in the video description.
So I'm looking through the porthole trying to get you a view. There you go. So it's a fraction of the cost. So you can see down here, it looks great, it feels great. It's creaky, but most of the time these boat floors are creaky, so that's not so bad. This is also 1/2 inch, and it's holding my weight just fine. On the other side, I'm building it in 3/4 inch, and I think that's gonna be a little better, and I may end up redoing these, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, the staining process is the same. So I hope you guys found some value out of this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you coming along with us for this journey, this refit. Hopefully we're gonna get out on the water real soon. Guys, see you later. Bye.